I know President Trump, and this is somebody who can sit down with the leaders of North Korea, of communist China, and he can strike a deal that's in the best interest of the American people. And I think he will do the same thing for the people of New York, the city that he loves. Look, President Trump built New York City. He's so invested in there that he wants to see it succeed, and it is the economic engine for the entire country. So I think that President Trump's going to work with me, the only Republican representing New York City and Washington, to stop this socialist and communist agenda, but at the same time not punish the people of New York City by stripping funds. That's what my biggest concern is. We need to make sure that New York City still gets money for its NYPD, for public housing, for transportation infrastructure, for our hospitals. And we see some Republicans in Washington looking to punish New York despite the fact that half of voters rejected Mamdani. And so I think this is a very important meeting. It's critical that it's happening. The campaign's over. And I do believe they'll be able to find some path to move forward. But I think President Trump's going to send that very clear message. We want New York to succeed, but we will do everything we can to stop socialism from taking over the city of capitalism and free market and the American dream.
Well, the fiscal train has run away from the station. Here's some statistics. Earlier this year, the New York State Comptroller reported that New York City's proposed fiscal year 26 budget relies on $7.4 billion in federal government funding. That's about 6.4% of total spending. What could Mamdani do to make sure that that money gets to New York?
Look, he needs to go into this meeting today, be respectful, and actually, in good faith, tell the president what you want to achieve for New York and find some type of common ground. I think it's really critical. We saw the Department of Homeland Security change their formula around where New York was going to lose about $100 million for NYPD counterterrorism. I called President Trump, and within 48 hours, he reversed it. He has that power to help New York when we need it the most. And I know that he wants New York to succeed, but he also wants to stop communism and socialism from taking over our city and nation. And so there's got to be a balancing act. And Mamdani's not going to be able to do all the things that he wants to do. Seize the means of production. We're certainly not going to give him federal funds to buy private property, to turn them into communes, or to take over supermarkets as he had proposed during the campaign trail. That is ludicrous. And that's stuff that happened in Venezuela and my mother's homeland of Cuba and simply failed. Okay, so we're not going to play ball with him on any of these issues. We're going to do everything we can to stop him. But when it comes to the public safety of New York, and he's got to recognize some of his policies were very radical and detrimental to public safety. I'm glad he's backtracking now. He decided to keep Commissioner Tisch, who's doing a good job. He decided to say they're going to send actual police officers, not social workers, to domestic calls. So we're seeing him backtrack a little already and moving a little more to the center. So we just got to keep that going and hold him accountable if he tries to implement radical policies.
So he filed a selfie on X just a moment ago on board the plane down to Washington, D.C. I think if it comes to it, both of these men are ready for the fight. And we'll see if that happens. Thank you for your time. Nicole Malliotakis, thank you for coming on today.
Good day.
All right, Dana.
Thanks, Nicole. And meanwhile, right now, debate underway on the House floor ahead of a